Yo, hello everyone. In this video, I'm gonna talk about who should you pull for version 2.5 phase 2, and also do you really need to pull Cantarella or Brant, or just skip them and wait for version 2.6 for Luno and Augusta. Alrighty, let's end the confusion in simple explanations. No maths or complex to understand, not at all. So, first thing before you pull, ask yourself that do you really need any one of them for the time being? Or if you don't need them at all, just skip them. But you really want to collect them, then go ahead. Now, let's talk about Brand. He's a fusion, some DPS, but also you can use him as main DPS. Brand buffs, heals, shields, and one of the best reliable and the best fusion character, and also the best sub DPS that game ever released. Brand is like all in one. Heal, shield, buff, DPS, sub DPS, and he's crazy man. Brand can be paired with many teams, but especially monofusion team containing Lupa, Changli, and Brand. Brand is also so good for quick swap teams, but also has the best personal damage. Even for a sub DPS, he feels like a DPS. If we talk about building Brand, well, we can say he's so hard to build because he focuses on energy regen. It should be greater than 250% in total, so you will have to kind of require his signature weapon for that massive 77% ER. But you can also use a 4-star sword called Overture, so building Brand will be hard. And also you will need good quick rate and attack too. So by seeing all these, to sum up, Brand is the most valuable and worthiest pull if you are looking for pull value and account value. But also quick swap is not easy to do because Brand is mainly focuses on quick swap because he feels so good on quick swaps, and also it is not that easy for many players. If you are looking for male character and value for your pull, whereas sub DPS can be too good like all-in-one stuffs and also like a DPS, just go for Brand. And now let's talk about Cantarella. She is a Havoc sub DPS who can buff, heal, and deal decent amount of damage. So if you want top level healing and support, Cantarella has it. Or if you have Jinshi, Kalora, but feeling like, oh man, I don't have Jaja, so what to do now? Well, Cantarella can be used instead of Jaja because Cantarella kit also provides on her outro amplify the incoming resonators have damage by 20%. That doesn't matter. And resonance kill damage by 25% for 14 seconds. Yep, she can give 25% resonance kill damage to incoming resonators or next resonator. But switching resonators after Cantarella's outro into main DPS like Jinshi and Carlotta into other resonators will end Cantarella's buff. Cantarella is also does decent coordinated attacks, so Cantarella can also be alternative for Jaja. Yeah, I tested Cantarella with my Jinshi and Carlotta. They do insane damage. And yeah, her healing is really good. Cantarella is easier to use compared to Brand, not gonna lie here. But yeah, Brand is way better. But also, if you're looking for more reasonable, okay, that type pull, okay, you can go for Cantarella because she feels better support than Brand who focuses on personal damages. So Cantarella is also the best support for two Havoc main DPS, which is Camellia and Frolova. Especially Cantarella is the best support for Frolova. And I'm just gonna say, you don't really need Cantarella's signature weapon, Whispers of Sirens. Yep, but giving her signature, yeah, you can literally boost her personal damage to a decent amount of damages. But Cantarella's weapon really just, she doesn't need her own signature. You can replace it with maybe Showkeeper's weapon or variation. It works fine. You just need a healer and support. That's all is Cantarella for. After all these informations, my take is if you want absolute maximum value from a character, go for Brand. And if you want to make Jinsi, Carlotta or Camellia and Frolova into beasts, Cantarella is the one you are looking for. And yeah, in my personal opinion about healing, I feel Cantarella's healing is better than and higher than Brand's because whenever I took Cantarella, Even if I receive hits and take a lot of damages, well, in a single controller's rotation, I literally heal to full from nothing. But yeah, it's just my opinion, that's all. Controller just need around 130% ER, which is not hard, and good amount of CR and CD, you will be fine. And Brant's echo and build is harder, and Brant mainly feels as damage dealer than a good support. So if I were you, I would just choose Cantarella, because I'm not saying Brant is bad. He's the most valuable character, but Brant also gives the same, like 20% fusion damage bonus with 25% resonance skill damage to the incoming resonators for 14 seconds. It's same like Cantarella. So yeah, I want Cantarella for Jinxie, Alberto, and Frodoa, because I'm focusing on Havoc right now. Because I don't have Lupa, that's all. That's why I'm not looking for Brand right now, as for the time being. And if you compare Cantarella with Jaja as alternative, you won't see much of a real differences with Jaja. And Cantarella has better damage compared to Jaja as personal damages, but not as good as Jaja on supporting. But yeah, she's still an alternative. But if you're really looking like, is this face really worth it? I'm gonna say just nah, not at all. Because it's both of them are really reruns. So if you really want one of them or both, you can literally go, or else just don't waste your asteroids in these two, unless you want really a good support for Havoc or Fusion. Just wait for version 2.6 for Augusta and Luno. Just spend everything on them, bro. So, and also next meta will be mainly based on Augusta and Luno, like Aero and Electro. That's why you won't actually require Fusion team. Maybe for the first phase, you'll have to require like Havoc, because Frollo is the recent released character, that's why. That's all for this video. If you find this simple information useful and helpful without complex explanation, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Over and out.